The mysterious case of a missing boy. His name is Kyron Horman, and he disappeared on a June 4th outing from a place that should be a child-safe haven, school. A massive, sweeping search produced few clues, and this weekend, authorities pulled back the search effort and reclassified the case as a criminal investigation, providing few details why. And as Neil Karlinski reports, for his family, the waiting and the wondering is agony.
Across Portland today, thousands of kids celebrated a rite of passage just about anyone can identify with, the last day of school before summer break. But for one family here, it is a bitter reminder. For them, there won't be any last day of school, no exciting summer plans, and certainly no celebration. 7-year-old Kyron Horman never came home from school nearly 2 weeks ago.
I would like to say that, Kyron, we're gonna bring you home, buddy. Nothing is more important to your family, your friends, and to us.
That was in the early days of this mystery. As the search was first ramping up, police seemed emotionally invested and determined to find the second grader. But by then, they had already lost critical time, which may have hampered the case.
We don't have many cases like Kyron's where the child is missing from school, was seen at school, and just vanished. Obviously, all missing children cases are unique, but this one is especially unique because he's in a place where you have adult supervision.
Kyron was last seen standing proudly in front of his science project on red-eyed tree frogs Friday, June 4th. The school's PTA president says she saw Kyron at the exhibit with his stepmother at 8:15 a.m. His stepmother told police she dropped him off at the science fair and last saw him walking down the hall at 8:45. The photo and eyewitnesses prove that he was there. His little classmate Tanner Pumala says he saw Kyron at the science fair too.
And he walked by the hallway and I'm like, "Hi, Kyron." He's like, "Hi, I'm gonna go see this cool one, electric one." And I'm like, "All right, bye." And that's the last time I saw him. He never did make it back to class.
By 10 a.m. when the school day began, Kyron was marked absent. But there was no call home to notify his parents, a policy that has since changed. Instead, the first call to 911 would wait nearly the entire day, until Kyron's stepmother called the office to say he didn't come home on the school bus. The school secretary made the first call to police at 3:46 p.m.
Time is extremely important because if in fact Kyron got abducted, you're now 7 to 8 or 9 hours behind the abduction, which means they could actually be out of the state. Unfortunately, if you look at the statistics of children abducted, there's a fairly high percentage of them being killed in the first 3 hours of an abduction, and hopefully that's not the case here.
Initially, police said the case was not a kidnapping. Their efforts were focused on the search of the immediate area around the school and its extremely dense forest land. They also interviewed every one of the school's teachers, students, and their parents. The thought of a student vanishing from within the walls of a public school was horrifying.
My children go to this school, so it's something for me that hits really close to home. But, you know, we're all staying strong and trying to do what we can to make it through these difficult times.
5, 4,
3.
Over the course of a week, search teams grew to a small army of 1,300.
Got up the right.
What police believe to be the largest search operation of its kind in the state of Oregon. In a driving rain, search teams tell us they refuse to let up.
I think it's hard for everybody, whether you have kids or not. I mean, it's, you know, we train for this, but it doesn't make it any easier. We train for this weather, we train for this terrain, the dogs train with us. We're equipped and we're used to this, but yeah, the emotional aspect is something that brings us out even when we probably wouldn't go out and train.
Nearly a week since Kyron's disappearance, police are holding daily briefings, but there's no sign of the little boy's parents, no public pleas.
I'm so sorry, you guys. Is there anything we can do as a media to help?
And police remain tight-lipped about their case.
Do you feel fairly certain for other parents that their children aren't in danger, that there isn't someone potentially who is a threat out here?
I can't comment on that. It has been vital to looking for this child.
Then, 1 week to the day Kyron went missing, his family comes forward.
Your school friends and their families, the teachers, the staff at your school, and the community as a whole have shown how much impact one little boy's smile can have on a community. You mean everything to us, and until you come home, this family is not complete.
Within 48 hours of that tearful plea, the case shifts. No longer just a missing child, but a criminal investigation. Search teams who've devoted a week to the cause pack up and leave.
The cases that we manage and we work on, we recover over 97% of these children in their return home. Just because a child is missing long term, probably the most visible examples would be, of course, Elizabeth Smart, Sean Hornbeck, J.C. Dugard. These children, were found after many years.
So where is Kyron Horman? The little boy last seen wearing a CSI t-shirt has left few clues for real-life investigators to follow.
Go back in his life 24 or 48 hours and see where he was, who he interacted with. And law enforcement's going to have to go back and re-interview all those people to see if there happens to be a piece of information that would lead to who abducted him.
As the summer break begins in the morning, Kyron is not forgotten. While the case pushes on, his disappearance has proven so troubling for his classmates, the school will provide counselors to help them deal with it all summer long. I'm Neil Karlinski for Nightline in Seattle.